Hello and welcome. It's so difficult for me, I've got to be honest, to adjust from what I would normally do is I would now get the equipment to the side of the field, but I've got to like grab the equipment and it's got to start the time, so it's sort of like, yeah, you've got to know where the equipment is, you've got to like dart into the equipment and then you've got to quickly go, yeah, and do what you've got to do. So we have got a lot of work to do this time now, so I'm doing the chatting first. I'm going to go quickly through once more. I know I did it the last session. So we've got to turn this around. Now it is March. I'm trying to think what we said we were going to do. It's typical. It's in the episode, but the grass field that we've got. We're keeping that. We're making that into a grass field. I remember right. So we've got to rip that up. We've got to rip that up and rip that up. And also we could no-till this though. So that's growing. I'm trying to think, what were we actually trying to achieve? There was something I'd got in mind. What? Yeah, we couldn't use the. So I'm trying to think what we were doing. I know we're trying to feed our own pigs. So we've got on hand not a lot. That is a point. Yeah, 42 tons. That's going to fritter away to nothing. We've got a lot of potatoes, a lot of sugar beets. It's going to make sugar. We need a dairy. Yeah, so there's the sugar mill. Yeah, actually, that is true. The farmer Jeb lends itself. So we could, it is March, we can, we were going to do sunflowers or something like sunflowers. Because the protein side of it, now sunflowers are not very, but it can on some maps produce a goodly amount of straw. So we basically need to turn this now, sunflowers, I think they are this month. Yeah, they are. Corn. Do we do corn? Because I mean, yeah, corn. Not only is corn, you could chaff it as well. So I'm tempted, really. That is all? No, I think corn's next month. Could oats for flour? True, the farmer Jeb would do flour. I could do a bakery. Now I've got a couple of bakeries. Now I made a mistake with this. Now I used to have, let me just show you whilst we're in this sort of stage. This is me showing you things, not actually doing anything as in like, yeah, we're not placing or all that type of stuff. But although it's only just been loaded, I've not done anything, so it wouldn't matter if I did. But if you look in productions, now I've had the land bakery in for forever, really. I've always kept it because it's been always been my absolute favourite. You have to add water, it's a little bit different, but it is stupendous. But I always mix this up with, I've got the industrial bakery. Now I mistook that for the industrial dairy that I had a long time ago, which I think I took out because it really wasn't that much better than a normal dairy. So I've always gone with the disturb simulations, and then since the upgrade, to try to streamline, you can't have every production ever going, otherwise this is so massive. Some that I've got to try that I know are good, but I've not. Others where I'm gonna, like these ones, where you'd literally centre around these particular type of things where you want to do wheat and oats and sugar beet, that type of stuff. They're a cracking one. We've got the cash to do that type of thing. We need a bit of space though, so we'd need to buy a bit of land for all of these type of things, that for whatever we're going to do. And I always find if you start to go to Neverland taught me that we were given so many productions, it was hard to do them all well. Yeah, that old saying, jack of all trades, master of none, is very true. You can't have just one. You've got to have income streams. And also, like I often find, let's concentrate one thing at a time, and then we'll chat about that. Really. So we want the farmer Jebs, but we've got no space for it at the minute. But the one I'm thinking about, I might have just gone past it. Dessert Factory is a good one that I keep meaning to do as well. The Emperor Loops just had an update, but it's still the same as it was before. I still would insist that we had our own stones. Again, it would be, they did have a mod very briefly for a part of the day, I think I've said this before, where you can collect the stones from ploughing missions. Probably all missions that are that kind of related, but it went away within hours of it being released. So whether there were errors or whether it was released early, I've seen that done before. by the mod team, so it could be that. But I'm looking with bated breath of when that is released, because that would then make that the Emperor loop coming to its own. If you've got to work for the stones, I don't mind that. You just can't buy stones. Or there's also that mod, and I've not got it. I got it and then I removed it. It wouldn't update. It was the one with the stone that literally mines stone out of the ground. It's a little tiny mine that doesn't do too much, about 20 tons a day, and then that is the production. That's its purpose. I can live with that as long as it's not silly. It's about 20 tons a day. That would actually be quite good, because it wouldn't make the gold so good that you you were a millionaire overnight, which is like Rogue River Valley all over again, which is just not. It's about the work. It's not about something that does it for you. Otherwise, I mean, working with good partners, it's all about that. But no, then soon, I think. Yeah, there's a few grain mills I'd like to try. It was a long time. There's been quite a few released since then. This modular greenhouse thing is a little bit expensive. I think it would need to be a multi-billionaire to actually put the entire thing down. Looks good though, but what I mean is, it's not for us on this kind of Let's Play where you... Ice cream, industrial bakery, Dogface. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. I'd like to, at the end of a session, it's not too big either, I'd like to put this down and see... we have got that land at the bottom, but it's a bit... Yeah, where all these trees are, that is all our land. I didn't want to no, that is our land though, and that is quite... Yeah, that is true. We could do that. I don't know about the back. I would like it close to the road, I would say. We need to put the things on. But yeah, that would do, really. What am I near to? What am I near to? It'll be... Yeah, it's the sign. There's a sign on the... we might need to take a bit of the... Again, we need to see which way it goes, but yeah, I'd like to put that down at least as at the end of the session to see how good it is, and to see how much more the industrial side of the bakery is worth a standard bakery, and also what the cycles are like in comparison to my favourite, the much smaller land bakery. Yeah, because that's always been my number one go-to for a special bakery. I mean, we've also got the Farm Factory, which does do that too, and also would but I mean, if we're going Farmer Jeb, then I want to go something else. I don't want to go the Omaton as well, because then we're using two similar mods, and I got to have a different mod next time, so to me we can't do that. Homebrewed I'd like to have done, because it fits so well with animals, but we can't do that either. So yeah, right now we're going to do what we planned on doing. I haven't started anyone's engines, which is very remiss of me. I will allow myself that. I'm going to stop recording for a minute. I'm going to start everyone's engines. Not going to shift anybody, because then time starts. But I always jump in and start everyone's engines. At least then you're not waiting 10 seconds for each machine and wasting 10 seconds for each one. That's the one thing I've always, even on this one, let myself do. So I'm going to stop recording for about a minute, and then everyone will be started. And then we're going to get cracking on basically ripping these fields out. We might need to buy another plough. Really? Is that classed as work? I'm not sure, really. I mean, we've got a 9.5 and a 10.5. I think we need to go bigger with one of the biggies to sort of like grab rather a large one, but I don't want to have multiples of the large one. We might be a time to say goodbye to one of the little ones. The Ridiculous Dominic does two things. So although is my old favourite, the 9 metre, I think it's because I don't want to carry too much. We've already got like the World and His Dog. That's a decent one, 16.7 metre by I always want to say Jam. JA Modding. By JA Modding. That's a decent one, and not too, but I mean, I really do love these monsters by Agro Tono. I'm not sure. Yeah, the Black Sheep Mod one has always been one of my favourites. One of the very first, and it is. I can't remember. No, it's not that one. That one by Roller Christie is slightly faster, if you look. So it almost makes up for the fact it's a little bit smaller. Yeah, so it's a bit of a cracker. Both of them. You really do need 180 horsepower to get the best out of it. But like anything, if you had 150 horsepower on it, it will pull it. It'll just be an awful lot slower, really. I think that one, Rawley Christie has always seemed the worst for that to me of the two. The 9 metre, I'm not sure if you need a little bit more. Yeah, it might be that if you went 9, I don't know whether it's... I've found that you can use a smaller tractor with it than what it says on the tin. These ones... I love a lot. We can afford it. I just think we ought to go big. It would turn those fields around. But I'm not sure if we go with a 22. Or do we just go massive? Because we've got America coming up. I'm thinking we'll do that. Attachers. What would you attach for? Dragging something along with you, perhaps? Maybe. Let's do it. Colour. I think we're going to go Fent Green for this. Yeah, we're going to do saved colours, Fent, I think. So F. So should be about there, but it's not quite right. Yeah, because there's more colours with some names than there are like with other names. So Fent. I think it's a dark green. Yeah, I think the Fent is the biggest. No, well, I'll tell you what I'd like to do first is to try this with our biggest tractor, which is the Prinoff, because as I've said, sort of like it may. We're going to class that as not work. Yeah, we're going to see if it will do that. It wouldn't work with the normal the two ploughs that we've got. We're going to sell our existing 9 metre plough. Or do we for this session? Because it lends itself, actually. Or yeah, I think we'll get rid of it after this. And it is with great regret, because it is only because we have got so much equipment. I mean, some of it we appear to have lost. I'm hoping it reappears in the next thing, because it does show us still we've got 2 of those, and yet we can only see 1. And there's a few other little bits and bobs that we appear to be missing that we have not got. Animals have been done. I did that last session, on the session that we recorded last. So I'm going to start recording for a minute, start everyone's engine, and then it'll bring you all back in. But I won't have shifted to the shop, and I'm not sure. I think we'll end up doing the Fent, because I don't think the Prinoff's going to work. But yeah, it's sort of like, it's a bit like anything. You find something, you think it's got a front 3-point hitch, it's got a rear 3-point hitch. This is the best thing since sliced bread. But the more I've used it, the more I realise it's very, very low and doesn't work well with an awful lot of stuff. So it's taken the shine off it a little bit. It's still a very reasonable one. But if you was going to rely on it for your farm, like as in, like I was sort of willing, I was thinking, well, it's only 200 grand. You could bring that in, and lots of Let's Plays. Not so much, because there's more equipment on its list of it can't work with this, it can't work with that, it can't work with the other, or it's awkward with it. Ploughing, it can't even drop the plough into the field. So we shall see with this one if it will work, or whether this is another bust. It's a beautiful bit of kit. It's super duper fast, front and back rear hitch. But if they're not usable for anything, then that's not worth a sausage, really. So yeah, I'm going to bring you back in shortly. See you soon. It literally takes about a minute to start all that little lot. Right, so let's jump into at least where he is. He is, luckily for us, he is actually one of the closest things to where we actually are going, so we can actually dart across. Yeah, it's really strange. If you look closely on the map, it shows, yeah, the shop is that one there. So who is that? It's the Colossus. It's showing. Hang on, I think I've got. Yeah, I have. I've got this the wrong way around. Here we go. Right. If you get up there, you miss the first field, and you drop down. I don't think there's anything there. There's no cut across there, like it's shown on the map. So it could be one of those. Let's have a quick look on the best way. I always think to see hidden roads is when you fly over. Yeah, there is no road there. And yet it shows, so perhaps there was on the original map, but it's now gone. Yeah, because I keep darting down here, and then I don't really like. I know I do it. I'm a terror. I go across like bits of land, and if it was ours, it's you do what you like. But yeah, there was obviously a road there. There isn't now. If we buy that, we're going to build a road again. Yeah, because otherwise I just like go all the way down there, and I think, well, I may as well just go through that anyway, because I'm passing by anyway. We'll go across our bridge. So yeah, but I keep cutting across here, and I think it's a little bit naughty, really. Just do it properly. But yeah, it saves time if you cut across there. It was an awful lot of time saved, really. But yeah, there is no, you can't see it, and yet, as we can see on the map, there is supposed to be a road right there, but it's not. Yeah, I believe I'm reading that right. Yeah, it is at the back of Field 3, which we now own, this one here. So it really is, I am right. Anyway, words. I will see you guys and gals on the other side. Right, I'm coming out of the time. I totally forgot. I mean, we have been busy in my defence, but I totally forgot about the pigs, about doing that thing. I really did want to do that as well. When I'm not in such a rush to concentrate on a million things, I will do that. That was quite and yeah, there are certain weeds that will not. It has always been a thing in FS that some weeds don't. Now we definitely, obviously, you can see. Somehow that is highly resistant to herbicide. And there's a few little things like that, the odd ones, because I thought, I'm sure I've been over that, and I went over it like sort of like swung wide to get it, and it still didn't go. And I thought, yeah, no, it's just highly resistant to herbicide. I'll show you. Yeah, there's a few little bits there, I think. It's hard to see actually. It is like this, but you can when you're on the field. Yeah, actually, you can't see any like that, but there are definitely some, like that one that we've just seen, that you really can sort of see is still there. Yeah, that's the best example. Now I can't even see that. Yeah, that one there, you can see it. Definitely very, very strange growing through there, but hey ho, it is what it is. Yeah, but and there, another one there. It's almost like this scarred bit of field isn't. See, it could be that. Obviously, the strange thing about the planter stroke seed is that they are roll and also mulch, which means if you twist around, sometimes it might mulch a bit that it shouldn't be mulching. It's always been one of those things when things try to do too many jobs, it's not perfect. So you've got to put up with it if that's what you want to do. Now, I wanted to try it. The other thing I did notice, it uses seeds all of the time, whereas normally if you've got a seeder, it doesn't seed if it's already seeded. This doesn't care if it's like because I think it mulching damages the ground, almost like sort of finishing off plough, getting it ready for seeding. So therefore it does these weird things, and therefore at that point you waste more seed. So Gary, I was right. The one without the roller stroke, I think the roller would be okay. It's the mulcher. I think the mulcher would be a mistake in going forwards, because it does damage, and therefore you need to put more seed down all the time. So not really very precision farming friendly. So again, I don't think I'd have the mulchers. I might even switch them off going forwards. But how well did we do? Obviously, I'm going to put up, as I normally do now, on how long we've used. I would imagine it's probably all of that time that we've got. So if we go for growth first, no, we've got to switch the. We've seen the grass, we've rolled over it, so we know that's growing. It's just doing its normal grass thing. Yeah, the same as CP1. We've seen the grass on that as well. So I've got growth on 10, 5, 11 and 6. Obviously we've only just planted 5, but it's still growing, which is good. Weeds we just scorched, but you can see those, and I do think it's to do with the mulching. And obviously there's certain bits where it says needs rolling. So the field 6, sunflowers. Yeah, let's show you what you'll have seen anyway. But yeah, sunflowers, oats, 2 grass fields, 1 corn field, and the field of wheat. I bought some more pig food because I thought it's easier with all of the base food and all of the proteins. I thought we'd gone quite heavy on the base food. So I thought, well, it's going to fill in the ones that normally it wouldn't do. And we've got plenty of spare as well for the day. So we always know that these last 2 are really quite small, especially the root crops, which is typical because that's the crop that you could actually chuck in the most. Got 44 tons of slurry to do on that. I'm going to stick that in the production shed. I did mean to do that, but I was like, yeah, racing and sort of thinking about time. Yeah, we seem to be running low on manure. I am wondering, do we buy more cows? Do we do that now? I think it's probably, yeah, I mean, it's, would you really buy cows just for doing like manure? No, but they do produce like manure as well. We would really be doing now. Milk. It does tell you milk, I think, when you're actually down there. I'm sure it does. Ah, that's a little bit odd. So they don't produce milk? They produce manure and slurry, but they have got no... That really is strange, because I think this is the water tower that provides water to them. So do you have to stick your own... Yeah, because there's a water tap there as well. Well, maybe you do then. Maybe this is a bit like the other one that you need to like do... right, or is it that... No. I've not got enhanced animal production switched on. So it looks to me like we have to stick... yeah, it won't show milk if there's no storage for milk. So perhaps, because it is a proper cow barn, so it will produce milk, but there is nowhere for the milk to go. That's unusual, that is, actually, to be honest. There are very few other than the one that I'm frequently using, which you've got to do your own manure and all kinds of storage. Whereas this, I thought was so self-contained that I never sort of... I don't know that I've ever gone long enough for the milk like this, as in like I've only ever put this down on Let's Plays. I only did the little short 7 sessions. I do love the detail on the wood, that is quite amazing. Yeah, so we're going to need to stick that down. I am actually really upset about that. I really did want to do it, so we missed that. This morning they gave birth, and in the base game, obviously, you don't get paid for them. Well, I don't know, do you? I mean, that is a point. It should show statistics. Is it in the cash one? I always... Yeah, it would tell you sold animals. Yeah. Today. No sold animals. So it's only... so the base game is true. That's what that one is. Got to give that to the enhanced animal production. Of all the things, it does do that well. Yeah, I mean, while I've had that on, you did sell your animals straight off. It gave you the cash for the animals, that is quite phenomenal. But as a husband, as in like husbandry, as a husband of cows, yeah, husbandry-wise, bottom line is, I've got to do my job better. It is. Always rush, never really, and this is the type of thing, the detail, obviously we've got a lot to do, and this time thing is really, you're concentrating all the time on trying to make sure that you're quick. So, right, I don't think you'll tell me off for like buying my animals. I don't think that really is ordering them from somebody else. I softened this a little bit because it was a bit severe, so I think we're just gonna imagine now. Hang on a minute, don't they give birth in the morning? It just seems silly right now to just let the game do its thing. We'll have 100 births, and yes, they'll still produce manure and all the rest of it. So I put some digestate in. I can't remember of that particular production which it uses the most. Yeah, it's 2, isn't it? The digestate and the manure which we've got the least. I've got digestate. Do we allow me to top up with the manure? I think we used the factory last time for making... Yeah, we did. Because you can have that manure making mod where you stick straw and that. But again, we'd have to have it to produce it. We've still got plenty of our own straw in, but it is what it is, really. So, yeah, next session we'll go through the months and all the rest of it, and yeah, like literally feed the animals and do all that type of stuff. But yeah, I'm quite chuffed with what we've done, and yeah, we did look. There was nothing really for us. I mean, to be honest, our equipment is astronomically fantastic, really. So yeah, I think, let me just check. I'm not sure we did everything. So that's going to bring in a massive amount. We still earned a little bit. We had 700 grand, and let's just show you the grass on. Yeah, the grass is, yeah, that seems to me, looks like that's a darker green to that one, in which case it does show, because that's ready to cut. That is absolutely 3rd growth stage, whereas I don't think, if we look over there, I think this is a first, isn't it? Yeah, literally just planted yesterday, so it's just sprung up. It's amazing how you see the bare earth for a little bit, but it doesn't stay like that for long. It's sort of like you grow again, and it's got that carpet, like the green look underneath, like this, like that you paint. So it is quite phenomenal. Yeah, again, I did feel terribly let down by this. Some of it, I don't know an awful lot. Sometimes with my second favourite tractor, the 1151 that we've got, the big fence, that can sometimes fox the workers to an extent that, yeah, that one there, it turns so quickly, I mean really quickly, that it sometimes can fox the workers and it'll say blocked. Well, obviously the Raptor, likewise the Prinoth, it turns so quickly that it kept on causing issues just turning around on the field. I mean that's sort of good, but obviously then again it's bad. Yeah, it almost makes it unusable, which is such a shame, because again it couldn't plough with a big plough. I think the only way that could do things is if it was trailed. So again, if you were going to use that sort of special bit of kit, you would actually do that type of thing. You could, yeah, really, you could sort of, something like the Schnuffle Stuck would do that really proud. It would then make that heavily usable, but it does make it awkward. All sorts of things. It's a bit like when you use a dolly for lorry backs. It's alright, it does, sort of works, but it's not fantastic. It really does cause issues, yeah, long term. It's not easy. Yeah, I put the road down, as you have seen. Yeah, quite pleased with that. It's exactly the same width as the proper road. Yeah, exactly the same. I was quite pleased, because it obviously does show on the map. You can quite plainly see that we're actually going over the bit where it does, so it now does go there. I was quite pleased with that. Yeah, so I'd forgotten when I was talking, we own this field. I was thinking it was field 4. It's field 3, which we did and do own. So yeah, it is going to be. The other thing is, there was a road going through which I wasn't going to go through on the map, but obviously you can't see it now because we've just done the field over it. But you can see. Yeah, let me show you what I'm on about. Yeah, where that road is there and that road there, that obviously went all the way through, but it wasn't actually there. So I thought, well, it's not going to hurt then, is it, really? It was probably on the original map, which has been ported, and as we saw, that road was missing, but we've put that road back in, and we've taken that one away. So this is now a monster grass field, which is going to bring in, obviously, quite a lot of, yeah, grass, which is then going to go to digestate, which is going to feed. When we do the digestate, if we're still short of the manure, I don't mind us buying one input. We should have lots of straw from that. We should have lots of straw from that. We've got the additional straw mod, even does straw from that. If we're lucky, that will produce a lot of straw. It depends on the map. Yeah, a Giants map, never. It always goes, which is quite a shame, really, because I'd imagine if you mulched sunflower stalks, that the fibre you would get from that, which I know it's not strictly straw, but that's really what it's talking about. You can get straw or fibre from pretty much anything, and you could dry it out and make it into something. For what we're trying to do, the type of straw that we're trying to do to create silage, that's quite believable. If you put something in to break it down, there's lots of little things, additives and things like that, which make things break down and sort of give it, well, it would be nitrates anyway. That's the thing you're breaking it down to anyway. So rotten stuff produces silagey type stuff, which we know, we call it compost. It's true. We buy it from the garden centre, and it is, that's it really. So you can see pH value perfect, nitrogen perfect. Let's have a quick look at this. Yeah, we scanned the field, as you will have seen. I think we're there with fields, really. I mean, yeah, it's half good and half bad. Well, a third really good, half quite bad, and another third that's sandy loam, not bad at all. So we have got a mixed bag. Nothing, but they've all got good bonuses. Overall bonus 69. Obviously, field 10. Why is field 10 let us down? Why is that only at 50? We've limed it and fertilised. I mean, field 6 we've not done very much on it, and it's 80. I don't understand why we've got such a terrible bonus on 10, which we did look after. We herbicided it when it needed herbiciding. We've limed it, and well, we shall see. Yeah, pH perfect, all of our fields, and nitrogen perfect too. I mean, we know that lovely bright orange is the new orange grass. Yeah, 11's done, yeah, just that quite a bad corner there. I did most of that. Missed a tiny bit of scanning on the top of the field for some reason. That was my mistake, that little bit there. That was, yeah, all me, definitely. But really, yeah, I mean, I'm quite pleased. Sosnovka, this was the one I didn't think we would actually do very well on. I was like quite worried. I thought, oh, but we've done everything. We've done like cows, we've done pigs. We've got like businesses going on. I was worried about the missing some of the mods that I was using because I used too much on Takapajula, which did seem to resist my efforts to make cash. Yeah, it really did. And yeah, I say I was disappointed about the tree husbandry, which again I've got forestry. Yeah, I didn't seem to earn very much from the trees, and the money did go up. Again, I do really think that hard economy is really awful for forestry, really awful. The prices really they've got to be shocking, because either that or that thing didn't work, and it did go up. So I don't know whether it didn't work quite properly or whether I made a mistake and sent some, sold some that had got wood in and have not. I did try to be careful about that, but it is possible. Yeah, in a rush like this where you've got a time element, it does panic you a bit or pushes you on to try to excel, and sometimes mistakes happen in the moment, a bit like with the pigs. That I really meant that I was going to try to do that. I do think though that I don't know that there was enough room, because you do need turnaround room for using these mods. So I'm not sure in truth that, I think in an ideal let's play you could do it, you'd have to have space for it, but on this one you've got so much happening in such a short space. I'm not sure that we could have made it, because although you've got the space to do what we said, you've got like harvesters that have got vehicles that turn around, and we might have been able to do it, thinking about it. Yeah, I suppose maybe the Granjero one. Yeah, I'm at both Granjero, so yeah, that doesn't really help. The pig one, maybe we could have shifted this lot and actually mirrored this one. This might have actually worked. But yeah, I was going to do it. It was literally an oversight. I mean, the other thing is, depends, doesn't it? If obviously they're pubescent, they're nearly out of puberty. Yeah, another month and they'll be, no, another 2 months and they'll be literally out of puberty completely, and then they'll start to be reproducing as well. So at that point, yeah, it would be nice to fill a second one, really, to take the 200 little ones, or maybe leave the 200 little ones that will be reproduced and move the biggies into that. Yeah, I suppose we could buy, it irks me some, this really, because obviously we know that I had one, which is really annoying, but it was a choice. Yeah, there's these ones here that are really fantastic, are very, very reasonable. I know they're not as big as the ones that that's quite amazing. So that's like got a lorry back. Yeah, 12, 12, 12. I thought there was a bigger one that did more. Yeah, no, they're all the same, but just different. I like that one, actually. What is the difference? Why am I paying less? And it's a little lighter. We're going to do it. We are. Yeah, we're going to, because I'm going to shift the pigs. I am going to do it. And if I put that down... Oh. So the colour it shows is absolutely nothing to do with the colour. Go on then, let's main colour, let's do that. Chrome. Yeah, sort of see it. That does not go at all with that. Yeah, that's not bad. Yeah, I'm hoping that way you'll remember to actually do it. So yeah, there we are, down 778,302. euros. Technically not right, but I can't really do Russian sort of things anyway, so yeah. So, massive session. I will obviously put on how many minutes we took. I'd really think that we will definitely be in episode 3. I am quite pleased with this though. We've really pulled out gone into the farming side of things. We've really pulled out all the stops. So next session, we really can just go straight through to tomorrow. Although I'd like to cut the grass, the normal grass, because that is ready. I don't want to be wasting any cuts. So we want to be cutting this. Oh, that's true silage. Yeah, what, you're not doing anything with silage though, are we really? We had the mini BGA. Yeah, I was planning on going the monstrous BGA, because I think that we did look at the BGA here. And also it is an awful long way. Time is... We'd need to build our own to have it close to us, so we don't have to charge a long way to actually go to it. Now obviously if you're using something like the Omatana, that's not really a problem, but if you've got silage bales like that, so although this is fantastic, I did say this once before, for like using the Omatana, really you want just grass bales, and you can't switch this off with this. So for a lot of people this is fantastic. For us, not so much. Not for the grass side. It's very good for the straw though, so I'm going to be using this for straw and not use the other one, and the other one we can use for grass, really, as we have done many times before. So we'll be grabbing that one to do the baling on this, and this will be doing the straw. So yeah, it's swings and roundabouts, but we will do something with those silage bales, I think. Oh, I suppose we could. You can feed them to the cows, really. It's, yeah, I mean, it's, they eat grass naturally. I don't, can you though? Yeah, we're gonna have to sort out the milk thing. That's yeah, I didn't realise that. I'm gonna read the as I go out, just check what that is and see if I did need to do that. As I said, I've never finished all the way through, so I don't think I've ever actually got to the point where I've just put cows in it for a couple of sessions, because I do like that one a lot, but never realised, whereas the Brummy Farm one, I'm used to doing like special things to add that storage to that, so I'm used to that. I thought I'd had milk before though, but yeah, I might not have done. Anyway, all that remains to be said is thank you very much for watching. Truly do hope you can stick with me on this fantastic journey, and I'm going to say goodbye for now.